Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Theta. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Also, before we get into the TA, I do want to mention the donation links down below in the description. If you want to support Ukraine, then feel free to go over to those links. Those are donation links where you can support the Ukrainian refugees and Ukraine's military. Those are official links, so you don't have to worry about the funds going elsewhere. The funds have nothing to do with me personally. And yeah, you can just double check the links if you want to, obviously. But yeah, if you want to support our country, then feel free to do so. Now let's jump into the daily chart. So in the grand scheme of things, we are still in this huge, enormous falling wedge that we have created over here. April or May 21st in 2021. So basically you are in this falling wedge. You've been in this falling wedge for almost a year now. And the breakout from here can be, very, very incredibly huge in my opinion. But the market has to be right. The market conditions have to be right for that to happen. Bitcoin cannot be, going back down to $30,000. At that point, I wouldn't expect Theta to break out, right? So at that point, we would actually potentially even lose the support of this falling wedge, and that would be quite negative, okay? Now, we have lost the July and the May lows that we printed, and that is quite negative because you are in a downtrend, obviously. Some of the projects are not. Some of the projects haven't lost their July/June bottoms. For example, Engine. I just did a technical analysis video for Engine, and it is still above these swing lows. But that's not the case for Theta, obviously. So what is going on with Theta at the moment? So as you can see, we are losing the white support trend line over here, this short one that I gave you in the last video. It's sitting at $2.77. And as you can see, we are on our way down here to the light blue buy area. Let me just change the color of that because I do think we can choose a slightly more, a slightly better color. There we go. All right, let's make it yellow. So we are in this zone. We are approaching this zone anywhere from $2.52 all the way down to $1.45. This would be your huge accumulation zone because this is where we were, chop trading, side chop trading over here for quite a while, as you can see, before we eventually broke out. So there is a potential opportunity for us to buy Theta at these low prices in this yellow zone. So if that happens, and you have been buying Theta above $5, then this over here for you is an incredible opportunity to dollar cost average. And once the price goes back to your initial purchase of Theta, you are going to be in massive profits. I'm not even saying if you let's say you held, let's say you bought some at $5, you bought some at $2 over here, and then you wait until you reach the previous all-time high. Imagine the profits. Imagine the profits, guys. So, patience is key in crypto. If you're not patient, if you're not ready to see your portfolio go down by 90%, then you shouldn't be in crypto, or at least you shouldn't be, in crypto day to day. If you want to put in some amount of money and just wait for 10 years and do nothing, that's fine. But if you want to be an active user in the crypto ecosystem and you want to, keep up with your portfolios, then you have to be expecting things like this to happen because no investor is going to have, success 100% of the time. And at the end of the day, this is unrealized losses. So just the same way you have unrealized profits once you are at all-time highs. That's when you should be taking profits, obviously, but no one knows where are the highs and where are the lows. Now, so we have a swing low over here of this Fib retracement as well, sitting at $2.28. So if we were to enter this yellow buy zone, that is where I think we would bounce. But ideally, we can even bounce from the white trend line, white support trend line of the falling wedge. Now, switching over to the daily RSI. So the green zone over here, anywhere from the index of 35 all the way down to 27, is a zone which has held us as support previously. So if you look at this over here, you had a bounce in December, you had a bounce in September last year, you had a bounce in January, you had a bounce in February from this area, you even had a bounce at the end of February once again. And we're approaching this zone. And I do think once you get into the green buy zone, then that's when you have to accumulate as many tokens as humanly possible. Also, keep in mind the two pink trend lines over here. As you can see, these are points of contact of these trend lines. That's why I have them on the chart, because they are resistance lines for us currently, and you have to have them on your chart, just because in the future we may run into them, and that's when that's when you potentially can take some profits, right? Just because you had this, old resistance level. Okay, so that's for the daily RSI. Just you can stop the video and copy this to your chart if you want to do so. Let's jump into the Binance chart. So switching over to the weekly chart, this is something that I want to look at over here. So if we take a look at the weekly chart right now, what is happening is we're landing on a very, very important zone over here, $2.66. Look at this. As you can see, we haven't lost this. We haven't been below this zone in more than a year. Okay, so if we lose this zone over here, this is going to be quite negative in my opinion. At that point, I would be looking at this zone over here. Okay, I would be looking at this buy zone over here. So that would be anywhere between $2.13 and $1.90. So this is just a different little buy zone that I think we can land on if we lose this white trend line at $2.66. It would be quite negative because we've held this level as support for a very long time. We can end up having a wick down, right? And then we can recover immediately. But, no one knows what's going to happen. Obviously, we got rejected from the 20 EMA over here back in March. We have a bearish cross on the weekly chart back in January. So it is quite negative. The chart does look quite negative. It does seem like we're going to lose this $2.66, but hopefully we can bottom out somewhere around $2, and that's when we can start our next leg up for Theta. And if we take a look at the weekly stochastic RSI, you can see that we are nowhere near the oversold. And it doesn't, we don't even have to go that low. For example, we can have a reversal midway through and get to the overbought, just like we had, just like we had over here, for example, right? You were on your way to the overbought and you were like, yes, I'm just going to wait until we get overextended, until we get above the index of 80, and then I'm going to sell. That didn't end up happening. You had a reversal back down midway through, another reversal midway through, and another reversal midway through. So as you can see, you don't even have to get to the extremes. You don't have to get to the overbought or to the oversold all the time. So you can have a reversal any time of the week, but you have to look for these crosses, okay? Once you have this cross, this just signals that you are going to potentially have quite the pullback, okay? So just pay attention to these crosses. Once they happen, that basically means that you're going to go in that direction for quite some time. Now, taking a look at the MACD, we just had a bullish cross on the MACD March 21st. This was when the moving average crossed above the red signal line. This was your confirmation of the uptrend, right? Because this is after we ran, this is actually before we ran into the 20 EMA. So the 20 EMA rejected us back down to the support. We obviously, potentially right now we have a nice double bottom pattern at play over here, but you don't know if you're going to hold this level, right? If you hold this level, great. If you lose this low, right, you're invalidating the double bottom pattern. That's just all I have to say. If I missed out anything on the charts, guys, let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Patreon. We have a Patreon on this channel. It is a great way to support me and a great way for you to get more exclusive content, low cap gem calls, buy, sell alerts, project reviews, TA requests, video requests, market sentiment analysis. So feel free to check it out. The links are in the description. Also, the donation links, guys, keep those in mind if you want to help Ukraine. That is pretty much it. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.